Hey guys, thanks for checking out the channel. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, remember to hit that bell for notifications for when we drop new videos. What is up, everybody? You know what? We're backwards again.
We are. I don't know why we're backwards. There we go. Perfect.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Boogeyman Radio. I'm David.
I'm Charlie.
You guys are going to have to forgive me. I've been sick for the last 3 days.
What the heck, Dave?
Still sick. Yeah.
Is it
I've been in bed for the last 2 days.
Is it COVID?
No, it's not COVID.
No, it's okay. There is actually something going around. I know a few people that are actually sick, so... But it's definitely not COVID, so something is going around for sure.
I'm keeping up my vitamin C though. I've been eating a bunch of oranges.
Hey, that's even better. So oranges.
Now every once in a while, I will mute my mic just so I can cough because I don't want to cough into the mic.
Well, that's probably a good idea. So, are you taking anything else besides vitamin C?
Yeah, some Mucinex.
Good.
All congested.
Mucinex, that's good. That's
the
good.
Lovely congestion.
I would recommend Dayquil severe cold and flu. By the way,
I took some Dayquil till I ran out.
Highly would recommend.
I can't take NyQuil.
No, I can't take it either. Puts me to sleep.
Well, that's what it's supposed to do, but it does the opposite effect for me. I toss and turn all night, and I have nightmares.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, that's fair. What's up, Josh? Spurrier. Good to see you guys. Have you had that investigation yet? Speaking of seeing Spurrier.
Yep.
Okay, how did it go?
We had. You're gonna hate this. We had a great freaking night.
I knew that was gonna happen.
It was pretty good night. Well, here's the funny thing. It was primarily active around Justin and myself.
Spaced, nice.
Yeah,
of course it was.
We heard voices. Justin prefers horse paste. Of course you do. You send some of that to me.
That is it called ivermectin? Anyways, kidding.
So yeah, we heard voices. Some of the dolls. I thought this was pretty funny. So on the second floor, there's that doll that's in the rocking chair.
Yes.
Came out like 3 times.
Wait, like out of the rocking chair?
Yeah. So early on in the night, it was sitting on top of the back of the chair.
Okay.
And it flipped over. Then they sat it in the chair, and it flipped out. Sat it back in the chair, and it flipped out again. But this time, his pants were pulled down.
Oh.
Sounds
like Garnett doesn't like me.
It was only one night. Don't beat yourself up.
Still, every night you go there with Spurrier, things happen.
So then, in the slanted room, I'm sitting in this chair by this window.
Yeah.
And on the top of the window, you got the shower or window curtain holder.
Mm-hmm.
They had Raggedy Ann dolls set up there. Well, I'm just sitting there, and the fucking thing comes down on me, falls on me.
It's attacking
me. So I sat forward, and I'm like, what the hell? Just kind of laughing about it. And then that little fire engine rolls down and hits my foot. And then I get up, and I go to this other doorway where another toy falls on me.
Did you catch any of this on video?
I wasn't filming. Gary Woodward was there. I think he was filming, and Austin, Justin's son, was filming. And then at the end of the night, while Justin and I were upstairs in the room with the red couch and the bookshelf, the ball came out of the closet. So yeah, it was a pretty active night. but in all fairness, we also had a full moon.
That's fair. That is totally fair.
I didn't realize it was a full moon until like the next day. I was like, oh, cool.
Was it the blood moon?
I think it was the day before, wasn't it?
It's Thursday. I thought it was Thursday into Friday was the blood moon. It was either
I went up
Wednesday
there on
into
Wednesday.
Thursday, or it was Thursday into Friday.
I went up there on Wednesday night.
So it could have been the blood moon.
Could have been. Very interesting night, though.
Well, I'm glad you guys had a good night. I'm glad that I hope, obviously, Spurrier's son caught some evidence on his video or recorded or whatever. Did you roll EVP at all or record at all?
I literally left from work and went straight there. I didn't.
Oh, so you didn't do any?
I didn't record anything.
You just went to have things happen, basically. Did anything happen with the door?
No.
Wow.
Nope.
That's interesting.
Well, they put a chair up against the door to see if it would push the chair. I'm like, it's not going to. It didn't open up that hard when we were there.
No, it was just like just a slight opening is what it seems like.
So I'm waiting for Austin to put out a video about the stuff that's gone on there. So once that's out, I'll link it in here.
Yeah,
and
of course.
We'll share it. But all in all, it was a good night. I'm paying for it this weekend, which sucks. I was going to go to my mom's over in Branson and do our Thanksgiving this weekend.
Yeah.
I was going to go over there Sunday, but this crap came on, and I was like, I can't do that.
Well, it's the same thing with my family, too. My grandfather got sick for something. He's taking antibiotics, and they're just like, let's just not do anything Saturday.
Yeah.
So we're just going to schedule it for next weekend.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
But, man, hey, I hope you get to feeling better. I'm sure you will. It'll be no big deal. No big deal.
Oh, Justin and them got sick, too, huh?
Interesting. Maybe it's the house. Just kidding. I wouldn't put that on.
You did this to me, Justin. You did this.
Got you sick.
I demand some ivermectin.
Well, here's the thing, though. Was Justin sick beforehand, or was it just afterwards?
Justin's always sick.
Well, you got to remember, man, I got sick after I went there.
Well, you were getting sick beforehand, too.
But it wasn't to the extent afterwards. Afterwards was
way
worse.
Usually takes a few days.
Worse.
Usually takes a few days, though.
But the doctor just said it was horrible allergies, so I don't know if there was maybe
you were allergic to the ghost. That's why they didn't want to come around. They're like, we don't want
to. I was thinking it was what the hell is his name? The doctor from Crescent Hotel.
He was getting you sick so he can experiment.
Yeah, maybe he got me sick. Who knows?
You're his next victim.
Yeah,
the plague.
Gotta go back and get some of that Eureka water.
Hey, speaking of which, I had a really good idea for next week's show.
Really?
Kind of dives into the conspiracy.
All right, let's do it.
Things, because we haven't done one of those in a while.
No, we haven't. We've been we've been focusing on spooky stuff.
I think maybe we should do something on human experimentation.
Interesting.
Yeah. I found some really interesting stuff tonight.
Well, you could dive into that with the Nazis and their human experimentation, but...
Oh, it goes even further back. Like really messed up stuff. But I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. So next week's show is probably going to be very graphic. Well, not graphic, but...
No, probably will.
We'll be talking about some very sensitive stuff if people can't handle it. So, anyways...
We'll warn you if there's any graphic stuff.
Oh, yeah. Everyone in my house got sick when we came home. Wow.
Sick of your shit.
Ouch.
Burn.
What a friend. Anyways. All right. So, all in all, I guess besides the investigation, did anything else happen eventful this week for you?
Nah, just been sick.
All right. Well, same. I mean, nothing really happened for me, so that's wonderful, right? That's good times. Yeah.
All right.
Good times. All right, let's get into it.
Yeah. So like human rib removal, Nantucket. Oh, it'll be worse than that, bro. It'll be worse than that. Um. So tonight we're going to be talking about the Ozark Howler. And before we really get into the Ozark Howler, we need to define where the Ozarks are, because a lot of people don't really know exactly where it all is.
Arkansas?
Is it in Missouri? Actually,
Well,
the Ozarks encompasses Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri. Just barely in Kansas, but primarily it's Arkansas and Missouri, but it does stretch down into Oklahoma quite a bit. If you've never been down to the Ozarks, it's gorgeous.
I love
Highly recommend it. Lake of the Ozarks.
Beautiful.
But there's, I think it's about 55,000 square miles.
Wow.
I think that's the number I saw. I've investigated out in the wilderness of the Ozarks down in Mina, in the Ouachita Mountains.
Nice.
Had some crazy stuff happen. I've lived in the Ozarks for probably 25 years.
Okay, just really, I'm really curious. Like, obviously, yeah, I'm not trying to. How much of the Ozarks has actually been explored / fully ground mapped? So, like, you know how they map the rainforest, where like they can't explore every bit of the rainforest because it's just so thick. So it's just like, how much of Arkansas or Ozarks is not mapped?
That's a really good point. To that, I would say I don't know, but I did see an article that just came out because it just happened. Some divers in Roaring River State Park entered a underground lake and dove to the deepest that they could. It's the deepest in the world, deepest dive in the world for an underground cave, and they still couldn't see the bottom.
What?
Yeah.
Did they just run out of oxygen, or the pressure got to them?
They went down to 475 feet, I think it was.
Wow.
But they could not even, they couldn't even see the bottom. They couldn't even touch the bottom with any of their equipment. Nothing.
Could you imagine the monsters down there? Could you imagine? Things that haven't seen the light of day or any light, ever.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Talk about inner Earth theory. Mm-hmm.
And the Ozarks, they're home to a lot of rare endangered species, and
absolutely.
Like the
there was a dinosaur. Did you see this? A new species of dinosaur was just found somewhere in Missouri.
Yeah, a duck-billed dinosaur.
Yeah, a new species of dinosaur has been found.
Yep.
That's wild. That's so cool. Yeah. Anyways,
and it's not like they found one. They've never found one of these in the U.S.
No,
which is cool.
So maybe they just haven't dug deep enough.
Well, they've been saying that the further back they keep excavating, they're finding more and more fossils, and they even found a Tyrannosaurus Rex tooth. So there was a T-Rex feasting on said dinosaur.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Just give me more of that. Give me more of that, please. Anyway.
So there's that in the Ozarks we've got, I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's like a fire breather salamander or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a rare salamander, nearly extinct.
I mean,
I believe.
Think about it though. I feel like the Ozarks would be a great place for wildlife to just thrive.
Yeah.
Just to go, like, to me, the rainforest or the Ozarks is America's rainforest.
Yeah. So it's not impossible to think that something couldn't hide out in the Ozarks. It is very dense. It does encapsulate a large area. Not as much as the Appalachian Mountains there, but it does have its own. It holds its own.
If I were to retire, that's where I'd go. I'd go somewhere in the Ozarks, hands down. Probably closer to Eureka Springs area, because it's more beautiful, like down where you are and like in between
more scenic.
Those two spots. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. And people are so nice. Most of the people down there are just really, really nice.
Yeah. So the legend of the Ozark Howler actually dates back to, I think, the 1800s.
It does.
Sorry, excuse me.
When who found the or who was alive during that time? That
the 1800s.
Yeah.
Who
The
was
earliest
alive?
telling of the legends involved pioneer and explorer Daniel Boone
Yeah.
and his supposed Missouri sighting of the creature in the early 1800s.
See, I didn't even have that.
You didn't even have that? Well, let
Nope.
me just keep going.
Go
Jeez.
ahead.
All right, so only in Arkansas, which is apparently either an article, magazine, whatever, writes records of the first sighting of the Arkansas howler have been lost over time, but they do know that there is records of it back to the 1800s with Daniel Boone. Some versions claim he was able to fire a shot and kill the creature, while
Wow.
other versions claim, yeah, right. So other versions claim that there's no such claim. As far back as the earliest written records in the Ozark Howler is there. The fact that there were multiple competing accounts of the creature suggests a long folk tradition going back even further in time. From this folklore perspective, disagreements about the exact nature of the howler are evident in its culture, centrality, rather than cause for scientific skepticism. The tradition out of which the Ozark Howler arises, after all, are mythic, not scientific. But,
Okay.
but, who's to say some of the Bigfoot sightings down there might be the
Well, I
Ozark Howler?
mean, so we haven't even gotten into the descriptions, and I already want to throw out some things about like
All right,
Native
I'm jumping the
American
gun.
type.
Sorry, I'm jumping the
No,
gun.
you're good. You're good.
Continue with the history of the
I'm trying.
Ozark Howler.
I'm just trying not to jump the gun here.
That's fair.
So let me go ahead and jump into this real quick. The Ozark Howler. It's also known as the Ozark Black Howler.
Mm.
The legend has been passed down for generations, obviously. Um, its sound and appearance has been seen in the more remote parts of the Missouri, Arkansas, Ozarks, and even further west in Oklahoma and south in Texas.
Hmm.
It is typically described as being around the size of a bear, with a thick body, stocky legs, black shaggy hair, and having prominent horns. Most agree that it is either black or dark in color. Its cry is often described as being a combination of a wolf's howl and an elk's bugle. Skeptics claim that it is an eastern cougar, a black bear, or some kind of wolf or feral hound. Sightings have been officially recorded since the 1950s. Um, though many Ozark families can pass on stories of their parents and grandparents experiencing the chill of seeing the Ozark Howler well before that time. Between 2005 and 2010, the Howler, also called the Black Howler and the Devil Cat, was spotted several times. A family living north of Van Buren in the Boston Mountains of Crawford County set out trail cams after spotting what they believed was a cougar. The images they supplied to a Fort Smith television station appeared to show a big cat similar to a cougar or mountain lion. The problem is that wildlife officials maintain there is not a breeding population of cougars left in Arkansas. They do concede that it is possible there might be individual big cats living in the mountains, pointing out that they likely were once held as pets, but escaped or were turned loose by their owners.
Mm.
And to that, I want to say bullshit.
Yeah.
As far as the cougars or the mountain lions are concerned, because I've seen them right here.
The cougars?
Right
Oh,
here.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've had one walk
Sorry, go ahead.
right by my place as I was coming home from work. I pulled into the driveway and I watched the back end of it, like the ass end of it and the tail,
Yeah.
go back this way behind my place. And I'm like, huh, that's an awfully big dog. So I said that to myself and I'm like, wait a minute. I recognize there's a ring on the end of the tail. I was like, that was no dog. That was a freaking mountain lion. So I went and got John and we jumped in the truck. We drove out into the fields and stuff. We were looking for it and didn't see it while we were out there. And as we're coming back, I looked back and there it was. And it just stopped and it looked back at us and then it darted off into the woods. And I was like, I'm not going outside at night anymore.
Right?
Yeah.
Should we throw up? I got a little picture here of taking it. It's Ozark. It's someone's depiction of the Ozark Howler with a bear. I think what is it?
Man, bear, pig.
Deer. Basically, it's a panther, a bear, and a goat.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like the horns of a goat, body of a bear. Here it is. Boom. All right.
This is Man, Bear, Pig.
Yeah. Sorry, it's not the best picture. Is there a way I can zoom in on it?
I can do this.
Okay, there we go.
That's about it. So this is Man Bear Pig.
That's usually the similar look that they would say that the horns looks like, because it's kind of that smooth back shape, not like up and out. Another one, some people say, that's a horrible one. Oh, I'm trying to find another good one. Here we go. This is just another like cartoon depiction of it, but it's still a good one.
I guess I could throw up the thumbnail picture.
I'm sure.
Yeah, why not? So this is the picture you were trying to throw up there.
That one?
A little bit bigger.
Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah. And then I've got another picture ready to go whenever you want to. And then there's another depiction of it. It's just some people think demon, right? Like with the horns and how like crazy it looks. But I'm not sold on.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of accounts where it has like the ram's horn. Yeah. Exactly. Usually that straight back kind of thing. Yep. And that last one depicts more of like a cat type feature, but like the size of a bear.
Yes.
Now, there have been a lot of sightings of black panthers here in the Ozarks. In fact, my aunt out on Table Rock Lake has seen them on multiple occasions out by her property. It's kind of a another segment of the folklore, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Whether it ties into the Ozark Howler or not, it is a big black cat that people have seen.
I mean, could you imagine being from the Ozarks and seeing a giant black animal there? I couldn't. I've never.
I mean, we do have black bears.
Well, yeah, but that's a black bear. You could know what a black bear is. You just can barely run from it. But now, go ahead.
If you were out in the woods and it was off in the distance, you didn't really recognize it. When you first seen something big and black moving through the woods, you're probably not going to stop and.
No, but I mean, if it had the speed of a cat compared to a bear.
Well, a bear can run up to, 30, 40 miles an hour?
Yeah, but cats can go faster.
I know. And that's the scary part.
Yeah.
That's why I never want to meet a cougar out because I go hiking. I don't want to meet a cougar out here. I mean, I don't want to meet a mountain lion. Maybe a cougar wouldn't be too bad.
Good to see you, Lori. I didn't say hi, Kelly, but it's good to see you too. I wanted to make sure to shout them out.
Nope.
What's that?
What we got here?
Audio files of it howling. Pretty creepy. Dude, send it. Send it to Dave, obviously. That'd be really cool to check it out.
10 years ago down in Oklahoma, I'd have to go through my files, see where it was at. Okay.
Well, see, and Lori brings up a very good point, like saying that with kind of dark at night. So if most of the depictions have been seeing at night, how could you really tell the style of color just from shining a flashlight on it? Yeah, but I mean, if it's at a distance, it's still going to look dark.
Yeah. And some, like that early reading dictated, like some people, they don't all agree that it's black, but they do agree that it's dark in color.
Yes.
It
could be a dark brown.
A dark brown looks even darker at night. Tan looks darker at night.
Absolutely. So, shoot, even this red would look dark at night. Like, come on.
Yeah. So, the Ozark Howler gets its name primarily from the howl. As you might expect, it is the hallmark of the Ozark Howler. Its sound has been described as a very deep, guttural, as well as a high-pitched howl. Others have said that it's the most unearthly scream and half human. One of the most common descriptions of the sound is like the screams of a woman, which that is the exact description of a mountain lion. That's how they scream.
Yeah.
Those who have heard the screams pierce the night never forget the chill that ran up their spine and the feeling of dread that washed over them. The Ozark Howler is a mysterious creature living deep in the woods of the Ozarks. Its territory extends from southern Missouri to northern Arkansas, and sightings have been recorded. I don't know why that's even more in here. So anyway.
I was going to throw out another theory.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shapeshifter.
That was what I was trying not to jump into earlier because I don't want to go ahead of things.
All right, well, we'll get there.
So, no, we can do it now.
Shapeshifter,
So,
possibility.
like, looking at the images that people have drawn based on descriptions, that to me, makes me think about Native American
Yeah.
shapeshifter lore.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in a big way too. And being that the Ozarks and Oklahoma are all connected, a lot of Native American lore right there in
Yeah.
Oklahoma, even to
Well, and
this day.
those sounds that you said that people hear from it have been very similar sounds that shapeshifters have given off that people think are shapeshifters.
Yes.
So maybe.
Good luck with that, Josh.
Yeah. You know, you need to go to
Oh,
a bar for that, or maybe
yeah, yeah.
Applebee's or Chili's.
Applebee's.
If you want to meet single moms, go to Applebee's.
If you like pina coladas.
Exactly. That's from a
Oh,
movie.
man.
I just can't remember. Like, I think it was maybe Chili's. Is whatever. Might have been Hall Pass or something like that.
Yeah. Jeez, I forgot about that movie. I'm going to watch that soon.
It's a good one.
So something else I wanted to read, and this is a little bit of a kind of brings in the more of the lore and the mythological kind of aspect to it too, and it gives it a little bit of place of origin, I think.
Okay.
Now I can't pronounce these names, so you're gonna have to bear with me. So the Scottish, Irish, Welsh, and English settlers homesteaded the Ozarks Plateau in the mid to late 1800s, and they brought with them their ancestral stories and mythologies. Woo. One such story was of the Shu Sith, a mythological hound that is feared as a harbinger of death. The settlers believed the hound would come to bear away the soul of a person to the afterlife, similar to the Grim Reaper. The Hounds of Death went by other names, such as Bean Sid, the Ku City, and Quan Anwin. I don't know. That's Irish.
Sure, let's go with it.
Yeah. So according to Scottish folklore, the Sith, I'm just going to call it the Sith because why not?
Because they're doing Star Wars now.
Yeah, I know, right? It is, I guess, the accented I in the SITH. But anyway, we're just going to call it the Sith.
Good times.
Yeah. So the Sith is said to be the size of a young bull with the appearance of a wolf. Its fur is shaggy and usually cited as being dark green, though sometimes white. Its tail is described as being long and either coiled up or braided. Its paws are described as being the width of a man's hand. It's thought to make its home in the clefts of rocks in the highlands and also to roam the moors and highlands. According to legend, the creature was capable of hunting silently, but would occasionally let out 3 terrifying bays, and only 3 that could be heard for miles by those listening for it, even far out to sea. Those who hear the baying of the Sith must reach safety by the 3rd bark, or be overcome with terror to the point of death.
Oh.
It was also said that the baying was a warning to lock up nursing women, lest the beast abduct them and take them to a fairy mound, which this is Scottish Gaelic stuff, to a fairy mound to supply milk for the children of the Fae.
Ah, the Fae.
The Fae.
Okay, I like this.
In Wales, they were associated with migrating geese, supposedly because their honking in the night is reminiscent of barking dogs. Hunting grounds for the animal are said to include the mountain of Cadir Idris, where it is believed the howling of these huge dogs foretold death to anyone that heard them. According to Welsh folklore, their growling is the loudest when they are at a distance, and as they draw nearer, it grows softer and softer. Their coming is generally seen as a death portent. Hang on a second. About to cough.
Death.
I must have heard the dogs.
Must have.
Some people see a connection between the mythologies that came here with the settlers and their ancient stories of Native Americans who inhabited the regions. Natives told stories of saber-toothed tigers that used to roam the land, though they have been gone for thousands of years. Combining the stories of the tigers and the settlers' tales of otherworldly creatures that scream and carry off the souls of the dead may have resulted in the Ozark Howler.
Just forming it together and passing it down through generations.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I mean,
hey kids, ready for a bedtime story?
well, I mean, think about it this way: like the people coming over from the east going west.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they would think of? Like, okay, I'm trying to like, I've never hit the Ozarks coming from the east. I've always come from the north, so I don't really
Right.
know. But like, if they were traveling from the east, going directly, obviously west, and they just hit this huge mountainous area, not like that are actual mountains, but the huge Ozark mountains and trees. What do you think was going through their minds? And like how like that thicket had to be
Well, they were
wow.
probably thinking, "Oh God, not again!" Because they just
Yeah.
came over Appalachia,
Yep.
right? And
Shelby.
then they hit some flatland, and then they're hitting more mountains, which they
Yep.
probably lost a bunch of crap on the way.
Probably.
So they're, you know,
It's just
I
like
think
group
that
after group after group after group.
the ones that settled here are probably the ones that gave up on their dreams to explore the Pacific.
They probably actually went north and then east.
Maybe
Or west, sorry. They probably went up north, like said, screw these mountains. Let's go back
go
a
through
little bit, go
Iowa.
north, and then try to like go to a different trajectory or go farther south.
They probably did follow the Missouri River or something.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about the river because I'm sure, depending on what they had to travel, I'm sure traveling either alongside the river or in the river was some of their best travel.
Look, I'm going to level with you. The only reason I knew about the Missouri River being a travel point is because of a movie that Chris Farley did
Wow, really?
called
Well, what about
Almost
the
Heroes.
Mississippi?
Well, I knew about the Mississippi being used for travel, but the Missouri was used for travel to get to the Pacific. And I knew about that because of Chris Farley's movie Almost Heroes.
Yes. Yeah, you made me watch it. And I about
I
fell
made you
asleep.
watch it. What? I should punch you. I should punch you in the teeth.
It was good. I mean,
It was
a
great.
good movie.
It is his best movie ever.
Okay, so Kelly's got a very good point here.
Let's see what this says. Everyone's Scottish, but some of the things they believed in the 18th and 19th centuries was really out there. If you landed on your yard when a baby was born, it meant death. Well, I mean, Native Americans still believe in the owls being a bad omen. So,
see, it's so I've got mixed feelings about owls. You know, some folklore say that owls is the best thing you could ever have, and then some say that owls is the worst thing you could ever have. So it's like, come on, who can you believe?
thank you, Josh. Yeah. Hey, by the way, totally off subject. Sort of. It relates to Native Americans. So, did you know that our Constitution was actually drawn up around the peace treaty of the Iroquois with like 12 other nations?
Mm-mm.
We basically our whole democracy and everything is structured from the Iroquois Indians.
Except I feel like it was a little bit more organized.
Maybe not so much organized as power derivative, but we'll get into that, after the show and all that stuff.
Well, when I mean
I'll
like
tell you about it.
when I say organized, I mean like democracy wise. Isn't so? I'm sure with their tribes, they probably had chieftains come together from each tribe, right? It's my guess. I
Yeah.
don't know anything. I'm just spitballing here. Well, when we would get together for mass government, the best, like not like a mayor, but like the head of the town or whoever was elected would get together for each thing.
Yeah.
When you think about it, though, we had a little bit more organization, like blacksmiths, general stores, like stuff like that.
Well, that would not be actually part of the whole
Treaty itself.
Yeah, like businesses is not part of that. Like it's
Okay.
more about governmenting.
Well, I'm
people.
glad we did it right, at least. And it
Yeah.
worked out for us.
That's why there's a Native American on top of the White House
Oh,
on the
interesting.
Capitol building.
That's cool.
It's an
Or, you
Iroquois
know.
Indian. Yeah, and actually there were some Iroquois Indians at the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, yeah, I feel like they should have a say in whether the Americans should be freed. So,
hey Siri, pictures of thick boys at night. Are you trying to say, hey Siri? What are you doing
I
over
have
there, Justin?
no idea what he's talking about.
What the heck are you doing over there? I know you don't have an iPhone, but that would be hilarious.
Hey, Ziri picture of thick boys in nightgowns. That just sounds really weird. I don't know what you're into,
Whoa, buddy.
Yeah.
Whoa, buddy.
Okay. Anyways, talking about thick boys over there. I think you should go to Chip and Dale's for that. Anyways,
All right. Let's get into some sightings, shall we?
yes, let's do it. Stories and sightings.
All right. You want to jump on that?
Yeah, sure. So I'll talk about one that was, yeah. I'll just start in the article as soon as it loads. Okay, so the Ozark Howler sighted near Jasper, Missouri. Which this one's it's not too long, so we're good to go. Anyways, Faces and Monsters has received the following report of a sighting of the howler in Arkansas. That's so Jasper, Arkansas. I'm sorry, not
You're
Jasper.
thinking Missouri? Huh.
Yeah. So this is the eyewitness account to them.
Holy crap.
What?
I've just found some cough syrup.
Disgusting. Anyways, I have seen this creature very close to Jasper, Arkansas. I have lived in the Arkansas Ozarks for over 20 years. I never knew what it was until recently doing research, and I do believe I know where they are. I first had visual sightings of one. Phone went dark. Was off Highway 65 on Highway 256, heading towards Welcome Home. When I saw it, I couldn't believe my eyes. I had never seen anything like it. What shocked me the most and what was most memorable was the horns coming out of its forehead. Very much cat-like, but it was its face with its horns that really shocked me. This sounds like somebody from Arkansas. Goodness gracious. I drove as if in shock from a car crash, not believing what I saw until I started doing research on the subject. For over 10 years, in a remote region close to the Mountain View, Arkansas, you could hear the howl every single night, usually after midnight. I never knew what it was until I did the research. It is very elk-like, almost like a horn, but definitely a howl. If anyone is brave enough, I can show you where exactly to go to hear this and where I made visual contact.
Yeah, tell us.
I would actually, that's something I'd like to follow up on. And
go howling.
Apparently this was posted back in 2008.
Hey, the area might still be there. Might still be accessible.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so in a remote region close to Mountain View, Arkansas, I first had visual sight of one was off Highway 65 on Highway 256 heading towards Welcome Home. Okay. No idea where that's at. So there's like a general overview. So just do some exploring, stay in the night somewhere, and see if you can hear some howling.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
This is a pretty early sighting, considering. It's from 1946 from Red Oak, Oklahoma.
Nice.
It says, it seems that a good number of soldiers were coming back home to try to make a living after the war and had built some new houses outside of town in order to start their new families. Apparently, something was disturbed where some of the new houses were made and let residents know how upset it was. The description was classic Ozark Howler. Tall, at least 4 foot at the shoulder, thick and shaggy fur, short, sort of like a thick cat in its build, or perhaps like a thin bear, with glowing red eyes, not like the yellow or orange reflection you get from a cat's eyes at night, and making a creepy kind of howling noise, very deep and guttural. Some of the old hunters said it reminded them of an elk bugling, but at a lower pitch. So, I don't know how close Red Oak is to you, Justin, but there's a trip. Just saying. You got another one?
Yeah, I was just actually clicking on. Okay, it doesn't exist. Okay, so this one, in a video released this spring, Derek and Sharon Gilbert of Missouri share some personal experiences they've had. Sharon reports that she first saw the Ozark Howler when she noticed that some kittens she keeps were huddled on the back deck of her home, apparently frightened of something. When she went to investigate, she says that she saw the howler threatening her house cats. The creature was huge, Sharon says, and much more nimble than a bear. Though it was stocky in its build, the beast's fur was black, she says. which reflects its common local nickname, the Black Howler. She claims to have driven the Ozark Howler away by loudly banging a large stick against the wood of her deck. Derek also claims to have seen the Howler on multiple occasions. The couple suggests they believe that it's a demonic presence, and all that jazz, but that was the sighting. That was it. That's what we came for.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird.
Huh?
I said it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's just really weird, random. But anyways.
So now there has been reports and sightings where evidence was captured. In fact, somewhat recently. This next one comes from the Springfield News Leader. It is from 2015. A man named, where's his name? I'll just read the article and show the pictures because this guy captured a photo or photos. We get a lot of tips in the newsroom, but this has to be one of the best I've seen in a while. As the outdoors reporter, I am, of course, fascinated with all the critters and creepy crawlies we encounter in Missouri and Arkansas. And a quick internet search reveals that the legendary Ozark Howler apparently is a thing folks have talked about for years. The Ozark Howler tip came through the newspaper's email address, where we get all kinds of feedback and story ideas. This one was a doozy, and like they say, if there's no photo, it didn't happen. Well, there's a photo. And I'm gonna read a little. I'm gonna read a little bit of this guy's tale before I post the photos. The guy says we met some family in Devil's Den State Park this weekend for some camping. We were up near Yellow Rock Trailhead this morning, and saw this thing chase a squirrel up a tree, and I've never seen anything like it. It had short black fur, a broad nose, and horns like a young deer, but it moved like a cat and had a long tail. Don't know what else it could be but the howler. It was yelping and scratching at the tree, and I got this pretty good photo when it stopped and turned to look at me. I wish I had video or more photos, but it disappeared too fast. And then it says you can give him a call and all this stuff. He's available to talk.
So we had time to take a picture, but not time to do a photo.
To do video.
Or that's what I meant to say. Jeez. That's weird. But okay.
So I'm going to post the photos here. Put these up. Here's the first one.
Looks like a dog with horns.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I saw it. It looks like a pup.
It does. Looks very small. It's a chupacabra. It does look like it has horns. Wow.
Yeah.
So this dude shot multiple photos, but decided not to do video.
He said it disappeared too fast.
It disappeared too fast, but he got all these photos?
Well, I mean, you can snap photos in succession. Just think of switching from photo to video and the time that would take. I don't know. Yeah. To me, this looks like if this was the Ozark Howler, this is like a pup.
Yeah.
It's like a baby. And it was chasing squirrels.
I don't see the cat, though.
I don't either. It does seem to have short ears. But they're still... Those are kind of cat-like ears, but...
Yeah.
You know, when people see this and they're not staring at it for like minutes. They're staring at it for like a brief second or something. I don't know, man.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. His tail looks like a freaking looks like it's kind of got mange too.
Maybe could be growing its hair still. Like I said, it looks like a pup. Let me continue with the article.
Yeah.
So the Ozark Howler in the tipster's photo didn't quite fit the description of others in Arkansas, of what others in Arkansas say they've seen. Most describe an animal as some form of oversized black cat with a terrifying scream and horns growing from its head. There are glowing eyes, shaggy black bear-like fur. people were saying maybe he confused it with the bloodthirsty chupacabra, or Missouri's. I don't know why they added this in there. Momo, which is
I
a
was gonna
Bigfoot.
say, yeah, that's a Bigfoot, but whatever.
So the author of this article says, I turned to the news leader's answer man, Steve Pokin, and even he was stumped about the Ozark Howler. Says it looks like a picture I would have taken. Known for photography, photographing people with tree limbs and telephone poles seemingly growing out of their heads. Now I'm going to go out on a limb here, but to me, our tipster's beast looks less like a mutant horned black mountain lion and more like a German Shepherd pup with a badly done Photoshop haircut.
Or
So,
mange.
or mange, but
Or Eric Strada, apparently.
But I don't know.
Sorry, but RC's right though about the mountain lions and the property. Everyone, if you know you have mountain lions or you're in an area where they have mountain lions, you should definitely have some sort of protection.
Yeah, but like mountain lions have a huge range and they travel that
I agree.
in cycles, so it doesn't.
If you have animals in general, like chickens,
I
ducks,
what I should have done was reported it to the Game and Wildlife, but I didn't.
Kelly's got a good point too. Looks like a dog with cheesy Halloween costume. Okay, I'm sorry. Who's Eric Estrada?
From Chips? Young Buck. That's you're showing your age, Justin.
Yep.
Yep.
Hold on.
Are you gonna look him up?
Looking up Chips, whatever the heck that is. Chips movie.
It's a TV show.
Okay, Chips. I'm just gonna look up Eric Estrada. Screw it. Eric.
We're gonna wait for this reaction.
Estrada.
It's not that bad. So while you're doing that,
oh, him? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right. I'll give him that.
So we've only got a few minutes left of the show.
Yes.
I think we should play a game.
Which game we want to play?
I want to do the Mad Libs.
All right, let's do the Mad Libs. Let's see if they're cunning enough to do it.
You guys want to do a Mad Lib, a paranormal Mad Lib? Join us, won't you?
Join us. We all float down here.
So while we were in Eureka Springs, we picked up a couple games that we decided to play with you guys. Charles has a game that is like a card game, but is I'll let you tell him.
It's the I almost said Mandarin effect, but it's Mandela effect. So basically, it's a card game where they're asking you how you remember certain things, and usually people remember it one way when it's actually this, and that's the Mandela effect. And it was a really fun turnout the first time that we used it. It was great.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
And then I picked
next to me somewhere.
Yeah. And then I picked up this book of paranormal Mad Libs, UFOs,
which was fun.
Yep. So here's what I'm going to ask of you folks. I need 4 nouns. And in case you don't know what a noun is, maybe this will help you.
There you go.
So I need 4 nouns from the audience. And Chuck, why don't you give me one?
Ozark Howler.
Did you not read the description there?
Me?
Yeah, I just need a noun, not a proper noun.
Okay, title or name of a person, place, or thing.
That's a proper noun.
Thing is a... Okay,
I need
dog.
a noun. Okay.
Spurrier says sauce.
Sauce.
And Kelly says pillow.
Pillow.
We need one more.
I need one more noun. Give it to me, people. Give it to me.
Oh, yeah.
I know we got more listeners than 2.
Yes.
Y'all can participate.
Josh, where you at?
RC.
Oh, he's not listening. He's not watching live.
Oh, that's right. He's listening to us.
Yes.
Yell at your phone, Cassie.
Warts.
Guessing she
Warts.
left.
Justin
Warts.
says warts. Yeah, we did have 9 at one point, I thought, so it's whatever. Sauce, pillow, and warts, and
Okay.
dog.
Now I need 4 adjectives. And if you don't know what an adjective is, there you go. An adjective describes a noun.
Oh, that's adverb. Sorry. Adjective describes a noun. How many of those?
I need 4 of them.
Sleek.
Sleek.
Sorry, I was busy. Give us an adjective, Josh. Bouncing.
Bouncing is a verb.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a verb. It's a description, not an action. Juicy. There you go. Good job.
Juicy.
So that's.
So when we do the After Dark shows, these are going to get dirty.
Short.
Huh?
Short.
Short. Alrighty.
One more.
One more.
Where you at, Spurrier?
Salty.
All right, Kelly says
salty.
Boom.
All right. I need 2 plural nouns. So plural meaning more than one, of course. So like cats or trucks, books. Just need 2 of them. And Charles, give me an occupation. Plural.
Occupation?
Yeah.
Plural. So multiple occupations?
Just one occupation, but plural. Like firemen or
yes.
Lifeguards.
I'm gonna throw a zinger out there. Prostitutes.
All right.
Or wait, no, that wouldn't be not prostitutes. Is that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Josh says ghosts
and knees.
And knees.
All right, and then I need a vehicle, plural, and an animal, plural. And we'll leave that up for the viewers here, and then we'll be done, and we'll read this back.
So one vehicle, one plural vehicle, and one plural animal. Who's gonna take?
I guess we could put Ozark Howlers on there.
Yeah, do the animal as the howlers.
Howlers.
So one vehicle. Justin said giraffes.
Too bad, Justin. It's a howlers kind of night. Go-karts.
I like it.
All right, guys. We are done. Now, I do want to reiterate, when we start the After Dark show, we can get a lot dirtier with this stuff. We can say other words that we normally wouldn't say.
That's why I went a little mild in there. Little mild.
This is viewer friendly, I guess. But the After Dark, not so much. I'll be drinking my cough syrup, and we'll be having some fun. All right, here we go. Did you know that UFOs aren't just sleek-looking go-karts flying around in the sky? The term is actually a nickname for an unidentified flying dog. Currently, the sauce community is split between 3 schools of thought on this juicy subject.
Oh.
Scientists are adamant that there is a rational pillow for every UFO sighting. Often, UFOs are officially recognized as weather balloons, asteroids, or a flock of Ozark Howlers after they're initially spotted. However, war enthusiasts believe these short objects are actually spacecrafts driven by salty extraterrestrials from faraway knees. A little salty there, aren't you, buddy?
A little bit.
That would explain the probings.
Yeah.
Finally, there is a growing number of prostitutes who insist that UFOs are in fact experimental ghosts in the military is secretly testing. So what do you think? I agree with the prostitutes.
I do too. I love how the prostitutes are very open-minded.
They're very open-minded. We should not look down on prostitutes. They are go-getters, all right?
Some might say they're entrepreneurs. Anyways,
Yeah.
gosh, ooh, that's great. That was good.
That concludes our first ever Mad Lib on Boogeyman Radio.
So happy to have all of you here.
All right, guys. So like I was saying earlier, we are going to be having a Patreon page set up for our After Dark show. The Patreon will go up November 30th, but we want you to sign up on December 1st. Because of billing, it always charges you on the 1st. You don't want to get billed twice.
Right.
So if you're going to sign up for our Patreon, sign up on December 1st or after. And for those that do sign up, we're going to have our Boogeyman Radio After Dark on usually right after this show ends. Mm-hmm. And we'll be going more into detail with our topics. If we have interviews, we'll go further with the interviews. And then some of these games will get a little bit more risque. And we can kind of let our hair down and, be not so YouTube friendly.
First.
So yeah, and generally there's gonna be like 3 or 4 episodes every month. So you guys will be getting quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of content. So yeah.
That was great. That was wonderful. That Mad Lib was fantastic.
It was awesome. Got plenty more. I should have grabbed the ghost one too.
Yes, should have. I should have grabbed the stoner one too. Darn it. Do you not remember that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, quit making good stuff. Y'all making fun of my first.
That was our runners.
Anyway.
All right.
I feel like there was something else I was going to talk about.
Possibly.
I don't remember what it was.
That's okay. So, well, I mean, we're gonna say what our next topic is.
Is that do we want to do the experiments?
Oh yeah, we did say that, didn't we? Yep.
Okay. We'll just reiterate it.
Yep. Join us next week, same time, same place, same guys.
Yeah.
Times.
Like human experimentation.
Bye, everybody.
Be good.